Hey guys, Taylor here. Welcome to my channel. Today I did this smoky burgundy eye using only one eyeshadow palette, the Makeup Geek Manny MUA palette. If you're interested in seeing how I achieve this, just keep watching. Starting off with the Josie Maran Argan Oil to moisturize the face right before going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the shade Beige. Now I find this foundation dries pretty quickly, so I like to work in sections and blend it out with a damp beauty blender. And if you're like me, I have normal to dry skin, you're definitely going to want to moisturize right before application, as this foundation can cling to any dry patches. But what I really like about it is it has a very natural matte finish to it, and it's really buildable. So depending on what type of look I'm trying to achieve, I can go from medium to full coverage. Now I'll be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Light Pale to conceal the under eye areas and highlight and brighten the rest of the face. And I'm taking a damp beauty blender to blend that out. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer in 125 Fair. This is a lot lighter of a shade, and I'm using this just under the eyes to brighten up that area. Using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, I'm going in with that same damp beauty blender, setting the under eyes, and then with a big fluffy powder brush, setting the rest of the face and brushing away any excess. Now I'll be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer and an angled powder brush to just gently contour the face and add some of that glow and color back that the foundation and the concealer kind of washed away. So as you see, I'm going from the ear to the corner of my mouth and then around the perimeter of my face. Now going into the Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill Face Palette using a blush brush. I'm going to dip into both Amaretto and Pamplemousse and add that to the apples of my cheeks and blend it upwards towards the temple. Using the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, we're going to set the face before going in with highlight. Today I'm using both Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop, and I'm telling you, this trick has changed my highlighter game. This gives the highlighter something to stick to. It really intensifies it and gives you that pop and highlight that everyone is after. Today I'll be using the Milani Easy Brow in dark brown to fill in my eyebrows. And please excuse this, it was really tough to get close enough to the mirror and stay within the frame, so a lot of this is angled downwards. But I'm thinking maybe in the future I can film just a separate brow tutorial. If anyone's interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so once I'm happy with the shape, I go back in with my concealer underneath the brow to sharpen up those edges. Using the Makeup Geek Manny MUA palette, I'm first going into Beaches and Cream, which is really just the same shade as my skin, but I'm using it as a base so that everything will blend a little easier on top. And then I go into Sora, this burnt orange shade, and use this as my transition. So I'm focusing it right into the crease, more so on the outer corner of the eye, and then I'm sweeping that in towards the inner tear duct. Now dipping into the shade Frappe, which is a soft brown, I'm packing that all over my lid, not going any higher than the crease. And now going in with both Aphrodite and Mars, I'm using these two colors together to get this really deep burgundy shade, and I'm focusing it right on the crease, more so again on the outer corner of the eye to get that smoky cat eye effect. And don't forget, with these deeper colors, it is always going to be a little harder to blend out. So you really have to work at it. And I go back in with a fluffy blending brush, and don't stop until you're satisfied with how it's blended, because this part is really important. Now I'm going in with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and an e.l.f. contouring brush, and I'm going to stamp out that area just so I can sharpen up the edge of the eyeshadow. And this is going to also help when it comes to your eyeliner. Okay, so now that I have it blended out to my satisfaction, I've kind of lost that area in between the shadow and the eyebrow. I'm just going to go ahead and put some concealer back in there and blend it out. Using a small defining brush, I'm going to dip back into that concealer, and I'm doing sort of a half cut crease method. I have a lighter shadow that I want to put on top, and this is just going to help it stick and really pop and be defined. So I'm carving out that lid shape and going just slightly higher than my natural crease, so that as my eyes are open and I'm looking forward, you don't lose that line and that definition. And now using the shade Luna, which is a beautiful foiled copper shade, I'm going to use that same small definer brush and pack that right over where I put the concealer, going right up to the edge. And really, I feel the best way to apply a foiled shadow is with your finger, so I will go back in with my finger to really get that foiled sheen. And now going back into those two deeper shades, I'm using that same small crease brush to just go back in and re-blend out any harsh lines that may have been created and make sure that both eyes look even. Dipping back into Sora, I am blending this out on the lower lash line from the outer corner of the eye all the way to the inner corner and really buffing it out. You'll see that I'm just repeating the same process I did on the upper lid of deepening the shades gradually and then focusing them more towards the outer corner of the eye and close to the lash line. Now picking up the shade Artemis, which is a beautiful shimmery cream shade, I am packing that into my inner corner to brighten it and highlight the area. Okay, so when it comes to wing liner, my holy grail product, hands down, is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. It just makes it so much easier for you to draw out your wing. It's pretty much like using a pen, and it dries matte black and it doesn't budge all day. Again, I'm sorry, this was kind of harder for me to film this part, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, but maybe if you're interested, I can do just a separate wing liner tutorial. Let me know in the comments below. After curling my lashes, I'm going in with the MTJ High Definition Mascara. And I'd never heard of this brand before, but I happened to get it in a Birchbox, and I'm actually really loving this wand. Now I'm using the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light to line my waterline, and this is going to help brighten and open up the eyes. Using the Milani Easy Liner in the shade Black, I'm just lining the upper waterline, which helps make the lash line appear thicker. Now for the lips, I'll be using this mini Bobbi Brown lipstick in the shade Sandwash Pink. I think it's a beautiful pinkish nude that really complements this eye look but doesn't take away from it. And lastly, just to make sure everything stays put, I'm going in one more time with that Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and that's the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it for you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.